Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you. And today I want to talk about the next altcoin bull run. And when I say bull run, I don't mean a 20, 30, 40% move like we saw over here. I'm talking about the 2017 like bull run that we saw over here. Now, it's been a while and I feel like everyone's been wondering when are altcoins going to see some love again, because really we've seen just Bitcoin dominance continue to grow over the entirety of this multi-year bear market that cryptocurrency has had, while it's been ranging everywhere between around 3K and 10K. But now that we are starting to see Bitcoin break back really close to all-time highs, the real question is when are altcoins going to see some love, and when is this altcoin market cap going to start breaking out again? And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So if that sounds interesting at all, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. But that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this one. So what I've done here is I've actually pulled up the entire market cap for the altcoin market. So this is the entire market cap for cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin, as you guys can see up here. So by excluding Bitcoin, we get to see what every altcoin has consisted of in its market cap. So as we look over here, we can see that right now we're sitting at around $155 billion in total altcoin assets. And we are really at a pretty significant level of resistance, one that we have been testing for some time now. And I want to talk about why this is so significant and one of really the last forms of resistance that the altcoin market has before it could see some really nice potential to the upside. So with altcoin assets over here, they are really seeing this major resistance that we've been touching since around July to August over the last couple of months here. And I want to actually break this down on a daily time scale just so we can see it a little bit more clearly. So we've seen that the support line over here for the altcoins has been just beautiful. I mean, we've bounced off of this, and I want to zoom in on this just a little bit. We bounced off of this area just time and time again. And so the more we, and I want to highlight this, the more we kind of highlight this, we can see that this is a very strong level of support. Bitcoin has bounced off of here too many times for me to count here. We can see all the individual touch points. You know, the longer we assess this, the more we're going to see increasingly more. But this is on a daily time scale. So seeing this many touch points is one, saying that this is a really strong support line. This isn't just 3 or 4 touches. This is like, you know, probably 10 plus over the course of like 4 or 5 months now. So with the altcoin market showing this, it's showing that it has a consistently strong support that it can depend upon. Also, it's above both of the EMAs on a daily time scale. It had that golden cross all the way back in May of 2020, in early May of 2020, right over in here. And since then, it has just been on a really nice tear to the upside. But really, this kind of pales in comparison as to what we saw back in 2017. And while we might have this, you know, pretty good measure of going from a 50 billion up to 150 billion, there's a pretty nice recovery so far. It's about 300% in the total altcoin market cap. That's nothing in comparison from us going from like 50 billion up to maybe 500 billion. So there is a lot of room for cryptocurrency to, or really altcoins to grow here. But I want to talk about this major last form of resistance that this altcoin market has before we go any further. So if I want to break this down, I kind of want to analyze this like it's an ascending triangle in technical analysis. And the reason that I say that is because we have a climbing level of support, which is what we see over here, which is what we what we previously talked about, and then we have this consistent flat level of resistance right over in here, where we have seen not 1, not 2, but 3 separate macro touch points over the course of like 3 or 4 months now. So with us seeing these consistent touch points on the top, these rejections 3 separate times, and the climbing level of support that this has, this does lead me to believe that pressure is actually squeezing to the upside here. And even though we've had our ups and downs in between this area, I think ultimately this is more likely to squeeze and break out to the upside, seeing a nice, up call in the altcoin market cap rather than the downside, because this is looking more and more like an ascending triangle. Now, if support breaks or something like that, we can reevaluate this, but for the time being, this is looking much like yesterday's video. This is looking much like Bitcoin in the sense that we are seeing ascending triangles over here on larger time scales. This isn't a 4-hour or a 1-hour or even a minute time scale. This is something, again, that has taken the course of over months. So what can this really mean for altcoins altcoins, because if we look over here, there's not too much resistance. I mean, the bulk of what the altcoin market has gone through as a whole is really behind us. We can see that by looking all the way over in here. We literally have years that the altcoin market has been going through that is now behind us. So if we want to go ahead and kind of break above this point, we don't have to deal with anything from 2020, almost anything from 2019, and we only have to deal with a portion of 2018 because that's all that we have left. We have broken above all of 2019, all of 2020, and half of 2018 so far. So it's been a hot minute since we have seen these levels. Thus, there are going to be, there is less resistance because we've broken out of so much of it. That's one of the beauties of being at multi-year highs. So with the altcoin market being here, I don't really see any reason that it would stop until it got to around a $200 billion market cap. And beyond that, if it breaks that and holds, I don't see any reason that the altcoin market cap can't go up to like 260 billion. These are the next macro swing highs that I would see as significant. There's going to be a little bit of things here and there, maybe some psychological areas, but I think that the 200 billion and just below that area is going to be a really, really hard test for this altcoin market. I do think it has more room up from where it's at right now, but what we can see is this is where the previous two death crosses and golden crosses were formed over here on this daily time scale, and in addition to that, we do have this being used as resistance last time, as this is where the altcoin market rejected. We can see that it was previous support over in here, turn resistance, and it's probably still going to be resistance until we break above it. So I would say anywhere from around 180 to 200 billion on this market cap is going to be a little bit area of resistance. Beyond that, it pretty much has a pretty easy path up to about 260 billion on the market cap area, maybe 250 billion. This is going to be the next area of resistance. Beyond that, it goes up to about 290 to 300 billion, and then things can really go crazy again. So obviously there are fundamentals that help drive this. This isn't just all technical analysis, because there's so many different altcoins compiled into the total altcoin market cap. So there's a lot of other factors that do go into this, but I think it's really good to see that the king of the altcoins, Ethereum, is doing so well, both technically and fundamentally, with its Ethereum 2.0 coming out in the not so distant future here, and it looks like it might come out either at the beginning of 2021 or the end of 2020, which is not too far away. So lots of crazy stuff happening over in here. The volume is growing once again on Ethereum. The price action is growing. It has been on a beautiful trend for months and months now. So obviously I'm going to say the saying that I say pretty much in every video now, and that is that the trend is your friend. But yeah. There's a lot happening over here. Hopefully I did not overwhelm you guys or anything like that. Once again, guys, nothing I said is legal, financial, or tax advice in any way. This is just kind of my insight and my thoughts as to what is happening over here in the crazy world of cryptocurrency. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.